All right, we have made it to step 2 in the writing process guide, and that is step 2 is to complete your annotated bibliography assignment. The annotated bibliography assignment for step 2 is there's nothing you have to put on the writing process guide. That's kind of a separate sub assignment that is located in Blackboard. So what you're going to do for step 2, you don't have to put anything on the blue process guide. We're going to go up to our tab to go back to Blackboard. You're going to click on Homework and Assignments. We're going to go to Essay 4 Project Materials. And you're going to click on the folder here that says Annotated Bibliography Assignment and Materials. When you click on that folder, it's going to have a few documents in there. The first of which is the Annotated Bibliography Assignment Sheet. So we're going to click on the Annotated Bibliography Assignment Sheet. This assignment, it says the purpose is to catalog your research. It's going to allow you to read multiple sources of information and not lose track of where you obtained certain data or evidence that supports your thesis. In English Comp 2, students are required to compile a very long annotated bibliography for their very long research paper, which usually the annotated bibliography is usually about 8 to 12 pages long. For this particular annotated bibliography for Comp 1, you are only required to have 3 entries. Since one of your sources for the argumentative essay must be from the textbook, you are only going to have to find 2 quality sources from the VU Online Library. Each annotation needs to include the following. First, 2 to 5 sentences briefly summarizing the source. Those 2 to 5 sentences you can think of as being very similar to the first 2 sentences of our summaries that we've written in class. So in the first sentence, you might introduce the title, the author, and the topic of the source. And in the second sentence, you would restate the thesis in your own words. You do not have to go into any further details when summarizing the source. For number 2, the second part of the annotated bibliography entry is 1 to 3 sentences explaining why the source is a good source for your essay. To do this, you need to make sure you use the criteria that is located on the CRAP sheet, which is in Essay 4 Project Materials in our Blackboard site. The third requirement for the annotated bibliography assignment is 1 to 3 sentences explaining how you are going to use the source in your essay. As you can see below, we have a couple of sample entries listed here. For each source, and we can see in our sample, there are 3. This person's topic is global warming, and they've chosen 3 sources. They've included a short paragraph under each citation. These citations will look just like those in the writing or in the works cited page. You can see in each source, the first few sentences, the first couple of sentences are an introduction to the title, the author, the topic, and the thesis of the source that they've chosen. The next few sentences explain why the source is a good source to use. They've looked at the CRAP sheet and they've explained, is the source credible? Is it reliable? Is it accurate? Is there authority behind the source? And also they talk about the purpose that it was written. You don't have to include all elements of that CRAP sheet, but just a few sentences explaining why you think this is a good source to use for your essay. And then the last sentence or 2 will explain how you plan to use that source in your assignment. For example, here this person says, I will use this article to gain an understanding of the opposing viewpoint and perhaps use it as a counter argument. You will do that for all 3 sources that you choose for your annotated bibliography.